Very good morning, friends. So let us start with the today's top news. First, we are going to discuss about RBI monetary policy, which is going to happen tomorrow. And there is an anticipation that there will be an increase of 40 BPS interest rate. The reason is simple. You know that inflation is skyrocketing in India. It was in April around 7.79%. Now that is on a very high range. Normally, RBI targets that the inflation should remain in the bandwidth between 2 to 6%, and in a medium level, it should be around 4%. So at 7.79%, of course, it's warranted a rate hike. So every economist thinks about that, yes, there will be a hike rate tomorrow, but maybe the possibility will be around 40 basis point or around 50 basis point. And again, anticipation is that next month, that is maybe in July or August, there will be another hike of around 50 basis point because oil, you know that because of this Russia-Ukraine crisis is not coming down. Currently, it is $119. And at a high oil prices, and again, after being so much of subsidy given by the government, correct, the raw material prices is also going up. Everything is going up, and that's why inflation is going to remain high. So RBI has no option but to cut interest rate. So let's see what they are going to do. However, they may increase their forecast for the inflation to 6.5% for the financial year 23 compared to 5.7% which they have actually forecasted earlier. Now this is a striking high level compared to what they have earlier estimated. What it shows the underlying price pressure is there is an inflation, and now the problem which we are seeing is that inflation will affect the profitability of various companies because the raw material prices, if it goes up, you know that the profit margin will go down. So guys, before going ahead now, just a small request. I know you are seeing my videos every day, every morning. So guys, my request is to just like this video and at least have 50 likes today, so it motivates me to give you a good content every day. So taking this now topic of inflation ahead, now actually Nomura has come out with a report that India may suffer from a stagflation. Now what is stagflation? Stagflation is nothing but whenever there is a high inflation and there is a high employment and the demand is low. Now currently we are two factors are playing on. First, of course, high inflation is there. Now, because of this high inflation, demand is slowly and gradually coming down. But, however, it is not that the unemployment is on a higher side. So, but they are saying that India will suffer from the stagflation, and as a result, they are also cutting their Nifty estimates and Nifty forecast for the coming year. Now, this is the reason which many of the analysts now are thinking about. See, overall, if you see, India is in very good position compared to the world as such. But however, that impact which is happening at the world level, no, of course, it's going to bound to happen in India, and that's why all these commodity high prices is actually is putting a cap on the healthy stock market gains. So let's see what going to happen, but this is the fact that yes, inflation is there and we have to be careful about it. Now talking about another important scenario which has just recently developed in last 1 or 2 days is that COVID cases in India is on a high rise. Now, actually, there were around 25,000 cases yesterday registered, which is almost 45% more than the last 3 weeks average. So, guys, we have to take care here. See, at the end of the week, when the situation is so tough in the world economy and even India's situation is going tough, no, last thing we wanted the increasing COVID cases. So, just a small request from my side also, do wear mask if necessary in the public places. I know it is not wanted, but very much required to have a safety in place because you don't know what can happen. Nothing come with knocking a door that was I am coming. So COVID is such like that. It will not coming by just knocking a door that I am coming. Be careful. So we have to take care of about this. But yes, we have to keep this figure in mind. However, it is not such a big figure, but see, slowly and gradually it normally increases. And the problem is now because of this high COVID cases now coming up, PVR and Inox stocks are falling now, because you know that if the cases increases, no, normally the government and all that, no, cut down and also put restriction on cinemas and public places. Actually, Maharashtra already told and conveyed his their residents that please wear a mask whenever there is a public gathering. So situation is not so alarming now, but we have to keep this in mind and keep a watch on the active COVID cases. Talking about the world market, Dow Jones was up by 16 points and Nasdaq was up by 48 points. However, currently, if I see exchange Nifty is 120 points down. So overall, global market is okay, not so great, but we have to see at the exchange Nifty level also, because currently from last so many days rally was there. Yesterday, of course, it has corrected, but we have to see whether it is able to sustain against these high oil prices and whatever talk about stagflation is there. Now, oil is currently around $1,919, and the reason is simple that, as I told you yesterday, also Saudi has increased their prices. Even now, China is coming out from their lockdown. Okay, now as you know that China is one of the major economy of the world. Now, when it comes out from the lockdown, there will always be a pent up demand, and because of that pent up demand, there may be a chances that demand will increase and oil prices again increases. Correct. So that is also adding a fuel to the higher oil prices. We have to keep this in mind that China is one of the largest importer of oil across the world. So when the largest importer of the oil, wake up, we have to say the demand will go up, and the problem is the supply restriction is already there in place. Russia is not coming out with its complete output and all that. So we have to see that yes, whether supply is able to match the demand scenario. If it is not matching, of course, inflation may go up. Now, another gold prices currently it's coming down from its top because of higher interest rate, and the reason is simple. Gold is a commodity. Gold as a commodity will always act reverse to the interest rate. Normally, what happens that whenever interest rate goes up, like the way RBI is hiking interest rate, even the Fed rate is hiking interest rate. So whenever these guys start rising interest rate, no, commodity like gold, will demand will fall. Reason is that substitute, which is the bonds, they are also giving good yield. So people may shift from gold to another safe haven like bonds and everything. Correct. So that's why whenever interest rate is high, gold's appeal goes down, and that is what we are seeing currently. Now, yesterday, if I talk about FII and DII data, FI again, as usual, nothing new. They sold around 3,398 crore. Now, I don't know when they are going to stop selling like this. And DII again, as usual, like a warrior, no, always used to buy, and DII bought around 1940 crores. I tell you, if DI would have not been there, this domestic institution like retail, mutual funds, and all the LICs and pension funds, all that, if they were not there, no, हम तो बहुत गिर गए होते हो ना, we could have down by almost 40 to around 30 to 40% at least. Then also that's why Indian market has actually very much resilient against the world market crash. No, that shows the how much strength India is having currently. Now, SBI, SBI, sorry, it's not SBI, LIC, which came out with an IPO earlier this month, last month basically, is down from almost 15% from his side. Now, that is a thing. Now, such a good company came up with a very good valuation. Then only it is going down, and one of the main reason why the analysts are saying it is going down is that because its equity that is in its embedded value. Equity is marked to M2M. So whenever there is a mark to M2M, no, the embedded value goes down. And currently, LIC is below 5 lakh crore capitalization. You just think about it. See, this is how market worlds and these investment worlds work actually. If you see earlier when LIC was coming up with an IPO almost 6 months back, no, they were telling that it will come out with a 15 lakh crore IPO and all that stuff. Now currently it is struggling to maintain even 5 crore. No doubt they have done a very good job that by reducing that valuation and all that. But this is how capital market behaves. An investment banker behaves. No? They give extraordinary valuation to some company, and then it does not actually perform as per the expectation. It goes down like that. Have seen the scenario of PTM and all that, correct? Even Zomato is, if you see, it is almost more than 50% down from its high. So that is why valuation plays a big role. Now, LIC, the problem of LIC is that it being a public sector, and also what you say, overall, if you see public sector is not done well, even though it's lot of value at the current level of LIC, but there is always a selling pressure because of the big company. Again, if you see the last 6 months, uh, actually 4 5 months IPO market. Now IPO market has raised around 40,900 crore through 16 companies. After that, actually LIC only is actually having a 21,000 crore IPO. So major chunk is there. But however, if you see year to year comparison, there is a almost 40% rise in the IPO. But if you take out LIC, there is not such a big rise. So this was about LIC IPO. Now talking about SBI card. Now it is coming with a fundraising of almost 2,500 crore. SBI cards, as you know, no, it has performed very well in last few months and actually over the year. And this is to the non issuance is through the non issue convertible debentures. So this capital they are going to use for their expansion. Now talking about Indian economy in Indian market, well, it looks like at this current level, now we have to be careful, as I told you yesterday also, because the thing is, no clear picture is coming. Now, talk of stagflation, unemployment, higher inflation, all this coming around. Now, as you so know, when the market becomes stagnant, no, you will start getting lot of noises from across the market. Many people will say it will go to recession. Many people will go for stagflation. Still, no one has told about recession. But yes, stagflation news has started coming from yesterday. So all this shows that yes, there is a weakness in the market. And the problem is that people are saying that US may not go to recession by the end of the year, but prominently if you see experts, they believe that it will go, and the price movement whatever happening in Dow Jones or Nasdaq and everyone, it shows that there is some problem in US economy, and it is going for a bad. Even as I know that Elon Musk also actually shared in the Twitter that they are going to cut around 10% of their workforce. Then what it shows? It shows there is a problem. Again, Europe, if you talk to Europe, because of such a close connection with Russia and Ukraine, no, the their supply infrastructure is completely broken, and now they are telling they are going to cut down oil import from Russia by 90% and other energy sources also. These all play a big role in dampening the actually the demand across the Europe, because the prices will go up if they really do a restriction, and once the prices go up, the demand go down. And the problem is that there also there is a big fear that it will go to a recession. So that is what one war, and this is a thing in the past also we've seen. Even one small war may bring whole world into recession, and that is what happening with the Russia and Ukraine crisis. So we have to take this in mind and keep this history in mind. So guys, this was all about today's news. Hope you like this video. Do like it by clicking the like button. Also, do subscribe to my channel, and I will come to you tomorrow with another good news and other good telecasts. See you.